we're going to explore the new Thankful dot cutting dies that go with the basic crosshatch. This is part of the Delightful Dimensionals line, and let me just show you what they're going to make. So you have your card, and they pop right up like so, and they stand up, and you can create a whole scene, perfect for Thanksgiving or any time in the fall. You can see that pumpkin right there. So please come play with us. Well, we'll start with the basic crosshatch because you kind of need that to make the card that I just showed you. And this has 4 cutting dies, and I do show this each time, but just in case this is the first time you've seen us. So you're going to want to cut one of the arch. That's going to be the card base. In fact, all of this is the card base. And you cut one of the larger piece, the taller one of the shorter, whoops, and then 3 of the smallest, okay? And the way they go together is with the slits that are at the bottom. So they all have slits that are perfectly cut with the cutting die. And you can decide which piece that you want to have fit going forward. And then you take these, the smaller ones, and you start at one end and simply insert them, right just like that. And you just go right down the line. And the only thing that you want to make sure is that the bases are even. So then you've got to take the next one, and that's going to be the taller one, and slip this in to those notches. And again, I always do it just starting at one end, slipping it down. And sometimes you kind of wiggle it just to make sure that you're in the right spot. There we go. Then take the next one. And you can see that this is the middle slots. And then this one. And then you're going to do the same thing with the one that goes on the front. And again, just make sure that they are equal at the bottom. And then you put this one on, same idea. Then you decorate. So that's our basic crosshatch. And it folds like this to go into your envelope, and then it pops up. But it looks so much more exciting when it is decorated. And that's what happens when we get the what we call the seasonal dies. And that's this one for this season. And you can see there are 16 cutting dies. The truck, there is a turkey with feathers that you can insert behind the turkey, get that 3D look. Corn stalks that you can decide which size you want. There's 2 squirrels. There's also pumpkins in 3 different sizes. And then in the corn stalks, there's also corn and corn husks that you can layer and attach, and then the word thankful. So all of that is right here. And again, that's how you put it in the envelope. That's how you pop it up. You can kind of hear that little crunch. Now, this is what Debbie did, and she was using the Nature's Touch 6x6 patterned and patterned cardstock and 12x12 solid Nature's Touch. But Teresa has done some different looks for us, which only serves to make this even more useful. So this is the first one that she's done. And you can see she's really taking advantage of those corn stalks. The word thankful, we've got the pumpkins down at the bottom. And in fact, we've got the pumpkins all over on all 3 layers. So this is very interesting. Now she is using the Autumn Garden 12x12 patterned and Autumn Garden 12x12 solid. You can see how those are really playing nicely. And look at the back of this. Well, let me show you the first to begin with. So Teresa has used 5 different corn stalks, and you can see they're in different shades of yellow and gold. The pumpkins have lots of them, so you're going to die cut a lot of those. The thankful, she has done 2 layers, and she has attached them together to put on this top piece, this first piece. The squirrels are debossed. They have debossed detailing on them, so they just work perfectly the way they are. So you can kind of see how she has layered these. Beautifully done. Now, Teresa loves to use inks on the edges of her pieces. So let me just show you the difference. And I've got a couple here. We'll get in close so that you can see. So here is the pumpkin before it was inked and after. And this was using, I believe, I think roasted pumpkin. But roasted pumpkin, she also used earth red, and she used mustard. In fact, let me show you some of these. So you can get as much shading on it as you want, but I think it just makes them look more three-dimensional. Again, you can see the debossing that was done on the cutting dies, so that just brings them to life also. She used muddy boots also on the darker gold pieces, so there you go, you can see. So it just, as I said, just brings it more to life, and that works really nicely. Okay, let me scoot these over and flip this onto this back to show you what else she did. So this is with, again, the same thing. This is the Autumn Garden, but she also used our new dies, or our new dazzles, Grateful, Thankful, and Blessed. And you can get that in a package of 4 sheets, black, white, gold, and silver. And you can see the gold one there. And she also added some of the gold border dazzles, so just on the top and the bottom. This is a cutout from the paper pack, and so that just is nice. Now you could do that, maybe scoot it up and make your message if you wanted to write something more. So just lots of opportunities, but to use the back of that card, and isn't that pretty? Now these will fit into our regular 10 envelopes. They're the 5 by 6.5. All you want to do is make sure that you don't go wider than the envelope as you're decorating, because it's so much fun. So there you go. So that's one option. Here is another. Let me bring this out. And this one has a little bit more color going on. And that truck looks like it's really in the middle of a cornfield, doesn't it? And you see all the sunflowers. In fact, Teresa used the sunflower 6 by 6 pattern cardstock. And it's nice to know that you can use the 6 by 6 or the 12 by 12. Now this is a great example of what I was saying on the cutting die. And let me bring that over just to show you again. So you've got the corn stalks, of course, but this is going to give you the corn husk and the corn. So you can just do those in one fell swoop, and you can layer them just like Teresa has done and just glue them onto the stalks. It works out very, very nicely. Now, the other thing that she's done, in fact, Debbie did it too, is to put a window into that truck. And what both of them did was to put a bit of vellum, here's a vellum, and we do sell it by the sheet, onto the back of the windows. And then she die cut out an orange truck and a black one, and then simply cut out the black wheels and glued them on top of the orange truck. And you can see that right there. And I love how she has the pumpkins just filling that truck, which was kind of the idea we had when we did the truck. And by the way, if you have our strawberries, Strawberry Delight cutting die, you could fill this with strawberries next summer. That would be fun. And so you can see the sunflowers just peeking out, and it just looks so nice. So she's got the truck on the back layer this time, on that back arch, where she's got the stalks in the middle and in the front, both of them. And that just works really nicely. The Hello Friend, that is from the sunflower die cuts. And let me just flip this over. That's how it works. And on the back, look what she's done. Another stalk, more pumpkins, and there's our word thankful. Just really nice. So that works very nicely and very fun, very, very seasonal, don't you think? Now, there's another idea that Teresa had, and you know, Teresa always has ideas for us. And this is a side step. And let me open this up for you so you can see this also creates a 3D look. And isn't that pretty? Okay, and there's the inside. Now this is done using, bring it out, this is the Happy Halloween 6x6 pattern and Happy Halloween 12 by 12 solid. Now that's a surprise. Kind of wouldn't have thought of that, would you? And look what she's done. So she has placed the sheet on front. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering about the paper patterns for those, Teresa's got us covered. So this is in the download, which is down below. You'll just click on the card and you will see this. It'll be on the right side of your screen. You can just print it out. By the way, to create this card, Teresa has used a couple of, here we go, a couple of dies. She's used the sidestep card cutting die, which is going to make this design one large solid cutting die. It's going to last forever. And so she has die cut that out of the solid. Can you see the brown edge? Well, you can see it better right there. And then she used the pattern to cut out her Happy Halloween, glue it to the front. She also glued a bit to the sides. And then you can see how she has used the corn stalks, the pumpkins. Now, there's some autumn leaves in here, some maple leaves. Now, she went to our garden wreath die set to get those maple leaves, and you also can use the acorns as well as their pumpkins, larger pumpkins, to finish this off. So that's what Teresa did. Again, she did the inking on these and used the colors that I talked about before, but she also added a couple of others. Let me grab them to show you. So the charcoal, gingerbread, and cocoa bean are used on the corn stalks as well as inside. So you can see the acorn there. Now, this also has some cutouts, and the cutouts are also from the Happy Halloween. Now, she did mat this on the gold cardstock just to give a bit of shine, and then to further that shine, as you can see, there you go, she also used our straight line dazzles. And you can see there's a strip down here, a strip up there, also inside the card. You know, they're not very wide, but boy, they just add a nice, elegant touch. There's another cutout, and you can see how that pattern paper just does a nice job. So this too will work with our 10 envelopes. So that's a nice bonus too. So that is what we have for you today. So you can see that with our delightful dimensionals, this is our, I think, the third version. And we have more. There'll be a brand new one every single month just to keep you creatively inspired. And it's so much fun for us to be able to have these seasonal products. And I appreciate that Teresa's giving us lots of ways to use them. Now, if you, by the way, on the right side of our screen, there will be a money saver. The money saver will have the new cutting die. It will also have a sheet of the Grateful, Thankful, and Blessed Gold Dazzles. So those two are in the money saver. And if you are interested, we do have a subscription. That way you're not going to miss anything. The first time when you subscribe, you will receive two dies. You'll receive the basic crosshatch, and you'll receive, this time it will be the thankful die. Every month after that, you will just receive the seasonal part. So that's how it works. Every month you'll get 10% off retail. Every month you'll get a free goodie instead of paying for it. So that's a nice bonus. If you're interested, just sign up again over on the right-hand side of our screen. So I want to thank you for watching. If you are watching this on YouTube, I hope that you will give me your comments. I hope you'll like us, and we hope that you'll subscribe. That way we can be sure to catch you every single month when we bring out a new one. And you can see Teresa's ideas for different ways of using these cutting dies, and that's what's always fun. It really makes them so much more versatile. And we do hope that you will head on over to paperwishes.com, take advantage of the Money Saver, check out the instructions, and you also have that pattern, don't forget, so that will be useful. And I want to thank Teresa for, as always, giving us wonderful projects to inspire our creativity. But most of all, I want to thank you for being part of our Paper Wishes family. Bye-bye.